Well, I'll give you two examples, okay? We had a deal last night that we saved. The folks came in from California. They were approved by Wells Fargo. It was supposed to close today. Last night, yesterday, Wells Fargo notified the people that they weren't going to be closing, that they couldn't approve their loan the day before closing. Nobody to call. They ghosted. They wouldn't talk to anybody. They had had the file for over 4 weeks. They had just opened it. Okay? The lady has tens of thousands of dollars in the bank. Just said, well, you know, she got good credit, she got this, I'll just put more money down. And her loan processor's response was, oh no, we've already closed the file. We won't help you under any circumstances. So this lady was heartbroken. We call the other agent, and I got to tell you, we had an agent at another company in town, Wright Phillips, just a great little company. This agent had a seller that said, hey, can't we work something out? If I went to, they have a sellable property. If she puts it back on the market, she's going to sell in an hour. This agent called her seller, and the seller said, you know, look, I'm going to have to wait 3 or 4 weeks if somebody else buys it. If she's willing to change lenders, let's work something out. So we had her do a quick pre-approval with one of our lenders that get the job done. And yeah, it's going to close in about 3 weeks and everything's going to be fine. And the seller was. In the meantime though, these folks were packing up to move. Same thing, we got a lender out of Dallas, same thing. I call it hands around your neck. I want to be able to go in, sit in their office, get my hands around their neck. I want them to have to see me at the supermarket. I want them to see me at the mall. I want them to see the customer. So if they mess somebody over, okay. Now that doesn't mean, we got a couple of local loan brokers that are horrible. Okay, I hate loan brokers because what they're doing is you're not doing what's best for the client. And I know this probably be another question, but a loan broker is just, yeah, they're just trying to do what's best for them instead of putting the product. Because we had one of those that we had to take away from a local lender that was a mortgage broker. These folks come in, yeah, we're pre-approved at this. Well, we got to looking at it. Well, then a week before closing, all of a sudden, or 2 weeks before closing, excuse me, we're going to switch them to an FHA. Well, I got to looking at it. Well, FHA pays them more money. So they're shopping the loan around to what makes them more money, not what's best for the customer. They missed the closing date. We hear from the lender 4 days after closing. Well, we're about to get this saved. Get what saved? We're out of contract. This customer has lost this house because you guys wouldn't talk to us. You guys wouldn't do the right thing. Fortunately, we had a very good agent on that one. Okay, on the other side, we were very, very blessed to have a good seller. And they got together, went with another lender that we recommended, okay? They closed, no problems. They were less money out of pocket and saved a ½ point on interest because this lender put them in the product that they needed regardless of what it made her. When you deal with local, there's a lot. They have to see you, they have to deal with you. Buyers don't understand what's important sometimes. I'm not going to say that they'll lie to you, but they may say, well, yeah, I made $100,000 last year, but what they might tell you is part of that's mileage, part of that's overtime, part of that's, okay. So there's different qualifications for that. So you have to go through all that, all right? But when you look at these big national lenders, if somebody comes in with a Bank of America, a Wells Fargo, a Chase, any of those, if I'm a seller, why would I take that? You're not going to close with them. The odds are greater that you won't close than that you will close with them. Now, if you come in with one from Margie Fisher, Amber Bolden, Seth over in Longview, local lender, okay, the odds are you're going to close because they've already done, to give you the pre-approval letter, they've already done some of the work on the file. And what happens with these big national lenders is they'll keep this file. They need a 6-week close because first of all, they're understaffed or whatever. Okay, they're not prepared for it. So they need a 6-week close. They don't even, in the meantime, you think you've bought a house. They don't even open the file for 4 weeks. So 2 weeks before closing, they start asking for this, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought you had all this. I've already sent you this. I've already done this. So you think you're pre-approved in buying a house, and for 4 weeks, you're window shopping because you can't buy anything. You don't want to buy anything to mess your credit up. You're window shopping, I'm going to get this refrigerator, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then all of a sudden, a week before closing, you get turned down. Wait a minute, you had all this information day one. You knew that part of my income was mileage. You knew that part of my income was overtime. You know, well, I had to wait till I got to underwriting. Well, I hate to say this, that's BS. You didn't open the file until 2 weeks before. And they get the clickbait, they get the internet, clickbait, we're going to click on this 2% interest or this, that, and the other. Well, what they don't realize is, well, with this much up front, we can get you that percentage rate. Oh man, that's awesome. Wrong. You're paying to buy the interest rate down. Okay? And that loan brokers are famous for that. Okay? They find out you have $15,000 in the account, guess what? They're going to take that $15,000. They're going to figure out a way. Well, if you'll do this and you'll do this and you do this. And that's what I found. I'm not indicting them all, but I'm going to say that happened here locally and I can prove it. Okay? And so those type of things are what's best for your customer. If you do what's best for the buyer and for the seller, guess what? You make money and you sleep at night.